Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. I'm thinking of becoming a hitman. I've heard they make a killing. All right. Well, I would like to thank the following members for starting a new month. Thank you to Blitzfan and Pedals6 for starting a new enthusiast tier month. And thank you to Armelg9892 and Super Goku for starting a new month at the Video Early Access tier. I very much appreciate all of your support. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We got music notes, foundation, stand, scale, base, rest, range, compass, highlighter, envelope, powder, scope, speech bubble, blush, extent, and holder. Speech bubble is interesting. Like it's that dot 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 and then kind of the cloud. So I wonder if it's based on the look of it. Oh, no. That's a thought bubble. The speech bubble has kind of the pointy end and then the circle. I don't know why I was thinking of a thought bubble when it clearly says speech bubble. Huh. Things you'd find in comics. Things that represent noise, music notes, and speech bubble. I don't know. All right. Well, I can't find what else that goes with. Foundation and blush. Is that too obvious? Just makeup. Powder, base. I'm not convinced these have to go there. So we'll put that in our pocket, that we could just have makeup terms here. Or makeup, you know what I mean. Foundation and base can also be the same, like just synonyms. The foundation is something, the base of it, the start of it, right? Huh. So is highlighter also makeup? Envelope or envelop. No, envelop I don't think has the E at the end. Never mind. Wait, does it? I think it does have the E at the end. Envelop. So to surround. Could be. Not sure. Scope? You know, I feel like scope and extent and range and envelope could all just mean like the extent. You know, I guess extent is one of the words. I don't know how to put it. The part that's used. I don't know. But I'm gonna try this one actually. No, that's one away. So maybe not the envelope. Envelope can mean that. But what would the other one be then? I guess I shouldn't chase a one away, but so this was one away. That is a category. I just don't know what the 5th one is. Scale, I don't think so. Holder, maybe? I don't know about holder. Holder feels like a fill in the blank, right? Because why would it be holder? So something holder. I'm not sure what that would be. Should I try the makeup terms? I don't know. I already have a mistake. What haven't I really looked at? Stand? I mean, you could kind of put music notes and stand together. It's a little bit awkward, but like things related to playing instruments, you need a stand to hold your music, and then the music notes are on the music. But I don't think it's that. What else could we do with stand? How about compass, though? A compass and a scale? This sounds like we're describing something, some kind of logo that has a compass on it and a scale, like those justice scales. I don't know what we'd be describing though. Would music notes be on it and a speech bubble? I don't. Darn it! I'm having trouble locking down something that actually works. What haven't I like been able to latch onto here? Holder, rest. A rest can be a kind of music note. I don't know if you would consider that separate. A scale is a music term, like going through each note in the scale. So the scale, the rest, the music notes. I don't know. This feels wrong. I don't know what the fourth would be anyway. I still think like scale and scope and extent. Oh, maybe it's not envelope. Maybe it's scale. Oh, okay. I hadn't actually put scale in there. I think envelope or envelop goes elsewhere. So I'm willing to chase this one away with one more mistake. Okay, yeah, that was correct. The breadth. Okay, so what does envelope go with? Maybe holder? Just doing synonyms? Or just like something that holds something. A holder holds something. I don't know. Are we doing makeup like blush and powder and foundation, neither base or highlighter? I kind of want to put like compass, music notes, envelope, and speech bubble as just like, these are just imagery, like icons, like emotes, emoji. I don't know. Should I try it? I think I'm going to try it. Yeah. Icons on an iPhone. See, that's what I was talking about. It's like, it's just imagery you might encounter somewhere. Hopefully I explained that well. Icons on an iPhone makes sense. I don't have an iPhone, but I still figured it out. So I still think we have 5 makeup terms. The blush, the base, because I can't convince myself highlighter isn't. Powder, foundation, maybe highlighter. But that means we have rest, stand, and holder together. And it's not going to be fill in the blank because we already have purple. Rest, stand, holder would go together if the makeup is correct. Am I wrong about makeup? Rest, stand, and holder. I suppose these could all just be something you put something on, like a podium. You put something on a rest. Can you put something on a rest? Like a something rest? For some reason, I feel like that can be a term for that. And then stand and holder. So then would it be the base then? Let's try it. I did feel like base and foundation might be the same thing, so you wouldn't put them both together. Object used for support, yeah. This is makeup, but I don't know enough about makeup to know if that base and foundation are different from each other. All right, just the one mistake then. I put one of the purples in with green. Yeah, I put envelope in with breadth. Because at least in I've heard it in scientific stuff, like the envelope can be the extent, the breadth. All right. Well, difficulty. I don't think this was meant to be all that difficult. I feel like breadth had 5 options. I feel like makeup had 5 options. So there's going to be people chasing one aways. And for that reason, I'm going to put it at 2.8. And I think we have a 70% solve rate. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, they drew music. Okay. They give it 2.3, so they didn't think it was hard as I did. Let's see what the bot says. 80%. Okay. So it was just easy today. No one else did the exact same game as me. I am unique, special. Yellow first. So yeah, I guess people are just getting the makeup. I wonder if there's an even split of men and women who play this. Breadth. So yeah, maybe I'm the only one who thought base should go in makeup, and we'll see from the mistakes. But what are people doing second? Evens out. People aren't getting the iPhone stuff early. And then here, people who lost were down to the blue and purple. 4% got yellow, 4% got nothing, 4% got green, 6% got yellow, green. All right. So what are the mistakes? Okay, I'm not the only one who put base, who thought base could go in yellow. I didn't actually lock it in that way. And then foundation can go into support as well. So basically, yeah, okay. So I'm not the only one who tried that. That's nice. Or I didn't try it. Only one who thought that could be it. Putting compass in with the extent category. Only 4% put envelope in with the extent category, but it agrees that it could just mean breadth there. It's interesting. It names it extent unless extent is in it. Then it has to name it breadth. That's pretty funny. Then music notes, stand, bass, rest. Just trying to think about like maybe playing what you need when you're playing music. All right, so people are locking in yellow correctly first, then green, and then yellow with bass instead of highlighter. And then foundation in blue with bass. Interesting. I feel like trying to think about what goes with thinking foundation and bass must go together, and then trying to find two others to go with it will lead to this mistake. Stand, bass, rest, holder. So getting the blue correct, and then putting bass in with the another way of putting bass in with yellow is at 3%. All right, my first lock-in was at 1%. Alrighty. I think if I had seen the fifth, I wouldn't have done it, but I just for some reason didn't see that as an option. All right, well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Tuesday, November 11th. Let's start with the easy. All right, this has to be a double, so it's the 2-2. Then we should have a 2-5. We do. And then a 2 going into 2 blank, 2-3, and then the 6 blank goes down, and then the 2 blank goes down, and we did it. Okay, 15 seconds. Not too bad. Let's do the medium. All right. We have 5 of the same digit. What's that one going to be? Looks like it's the 3. So this has to be 3-3. And then this is 3 throwaway. And this is 3 less than 3. So we have a 3-2. So let's just do that. I don't know what we're throwing away. This, I think, just has to be the 6-6. Yeah, it does. It does have to be the 6-6. Now we have... What do we have 2 of and 2 of? We have 2 6s. And 2 1s. Okay, perfect. This is 3-1. This is 1-6. This is 6 blank. And then this 3-5 goes here. Perfect. All right, 47 seconds. Felt longer. Took there were some easy gimmies that I didn't notice until a little bit later. Hello, let's do the hard pips for Tuesday, November 11th. Okay, so we need a double to go up here. How many doubles do we have? 2-2, 4-4. So it's one of those. I'll just stick the 4-4 up here for now. I don't know. We just have to keep in mind that one of those is used up there. What's like an in here? This is 6-4 or 5-5. Do we have a domino that adds to 10? That might be an in. Okay, there is no domino that adds to 10. That means that a domino goes like this and like this. So we need a 6 or a 5 or a 4 that can go with a 4 cage. It's tempting to put the 4-4 there and then do a blank. What do we have attached to a blank though? Oh, we have blank 5 and blank 6 only. I mean, we technically, I don't know if this actually works, but we technically could do something like this. And then put a 1 here. That would be kind of fun. I don't know if that's true, though. This would need to be 6. I don't have any 4s left, so we can't do 6-5 there. So we could do 6-3 there. And then this would be 6-5 maybe. And then this would be... Oh, I don't have another 6-3, so that doesn't work. I think I've run myself into a corner here, but it was fun. With 6-2, actually? No, I don't have a 6-6. This needs to use a 6. So this is the only... We have 6-2... Yeah, I don't think this is salvageable. The 5 there, and then the 3-5 there. This doesn't add to 9. Okay. Well, let's think about this a little bit harder then. So that's not the 4-4, I don't think. So that means we're not using the 4 in here. So it has to be 5-5. So maybe we would do the 5-3 up here. I'm trying to save the 4-4 maybe. So this would be 1 into... I mean, we could do that. 1 into 5. That would be our only option. Okay, and so then this would be a blank. We could do blank 5 or blank 6. Let's pick the blank 6 for now. Now this 6 coming down. Hold on. This goes there, that goes there. So we could do 6-2 or 6-3. If I did 6-3 like this, this would need to be a 5. So we'd have to use the 5-6, and now this would be 3-5, which we don't have. So what do we have that can come from the 5? Hold on. It's 5-6 or 5 blank. We're not doing the 5 blank, so we're doing the 5-6 this way. So this now needs to be 3. Could be the 3, it would have to be the 3, 6 actually. This now has to be 2, 6. Okay, this actually works. Now this is 1. We don't have a 1. Darn it. Why did I put this blank 6 in there if there wasn't a 1? Oh my gosh, can you believe it? All right, what are we doing? 5 blank then? And then the 4, 4? We have 1, 1. All right, well, let's try the 5 blank then. And then the 5, 6 would go into here probably. This would have to be the 4, 4. And now we need the 1, 5 to be here then. It's the only one. So a 2 would go up. That works, I think. So 6, 2 or 6, 3. This needs to be the 3. 3, 6 or 3, 5. I think 3, 6. So that we can do 2, 6 here. That adds to 8. That adds to 9. That adds to 10. That adds to 4. Okay, this works, I hope. Now, what do I have 2 of? The 2, 2 goes here. I don't have to. Really? Is this salvageable? I don't even have a 2 to put here. Okay. So clearly that's not it. Do we do 5, 1 then? Or 5, 3? 5, 3. This would be the only one. This would have to be blank 5 or blank 6, and that neither of those work. Well, now I have this 2, 2. Well, certainly not going to be 5 blank. Into a 7. Sorry, 2, 2. We do have the, hold on, it has to be blank 5, and then 2, 2. No, we don't have the double up. What am I not seeing here? Shoot. I need a better in, but I don't know what it is. I feel like this 10 is our in, or maybe this 6, but there's so many 6s. But this 10 can't be 6, 4. Like I tried it, didn't I? I didn't try 4, 4 here, I guess. What do I have? I could do like 6, 2 or 6 blank. No, I can't do 6 blank anymore. I only have 1, 1. So let's try 6, 2. So now this would be another 2. I already used the 4, 4, so the 2, 2's up there, so I should not try to use that. So this has to be a 2 that we don't have. All right. So what 6, 3 would use the 1, which would of course would require this to be the 1, 5. It's the only one we have left. So now this would be blank something, blank 6 or blank 5. Let's build off of here though. This would be a 5. And it can't be 5 blank, so it's 5, 3 or 5, 6. I like 5, 6 so we can do the 6, 2 here. That seems to be what we keep doing. Putting the 6, 2 here. And so now this has to be the 5, 3. And we don't have a 4 to add to 7. So we can't put a 3 in this 7. Can't put the blank in there either. Can't put the 5, 6 in there. So this doesn't work either. So I don't think we can do 4, 4. I don't think I made any unforced moves. Maybe this. Blank 6 doesn't make sense because this is the only place with 1. So it would be blank 5. And now I need a 2 going up. This would have to be the 6. It's the only 2 left. And so now this would be the 6, 5 or the 6 blank. And so the 6 blank can't go across here. This has to be the 6, 5. And this is the issue. I don't have a 6 for here. So yeah, this is just wrong. Shoot. So I think it's 5, 5. How many 5s do I have? I have 5. I have a 0, 3, and... Oh, sorry. I have 0, 1, 3, and 6. So what 5 goes up here? I think we showed 0 didn't work. Did we show 1 doesn't work? Let's try the 5, 1 here. And then I need 3 into something. I have 3, 6. The problem is I have 3, 6, and 3, 5. So it still forces this blank 5 to go over here. Or a blank 6. I still think this is always 6, 2, but we'll see. This 5 then would be the 5, 6. And then we'd have the 3, 6 here. Feels like that's always how it ends up filled out. And now I have to do the 2, 2, but I don't have another 2. So maybe I should think about the 7. How does this 7 work? Because what are we doubling up here that works with this 7? 7 could be 1, 6. But let's see. What do I need 6s in? I've been putting the 6s in the 8 and the 9 and this 6. That's 3 places for 6. There's 4 6s. So 1, 6 would actually require this 1, 5 to be in it. So the only way that works, I could do the 1, 5 like this. Let's explore that. So then a 5 is used up here, but then I need 2 5s down here. Okay, I can technically do that. What would I do? The 5, I feel like we're still doing 5 6 here, and then 2 6 here, and then 6, sorry, the other way around. 6 3 here, and then 2 6 here. But then this would have to be a 6. It would have to be 6 blank. Okay, so far we're actually okay. This could be 5 blank. Well, hold on. It could be 5 3. But we don't have a 1. So it has to be the 5 blank, which means this has to be the 4 4. And that does not add to 10. I can't swap this around. We don't have another 4. Shoot, this almost works, though, with the 2 2 up here and then the 5 3 here. I'm not going to place it because it's going to yell at me because this doesn't add to 10. But is there any replacement for this 5 6? I think I've just proven it's not 1 6, but I'm not sure. It feels like this might be fixable. Am I wrong about this being 6 2 with 6 3 and then 6 5? What could we do here? Like, I need a 6 in here. Can't be the 6 5. The 6 3 would require this to be another 6. So we could do that. But five would require 3 there. We can't do that. So, but 2 requires a 6 here. We don't have a 6 6. So no, we can't do that. So I think it doesn't work as 1 6. All right. So if it's not 1 6, what about 2 5? Okay, let's actually rule out 3 4 because 3 4 is extremely limited here. We could have the 4 at the bottom. It would go like this. And then the 3 would be with a 5 or a 6. So let's use the 5 here because I think we need our 6s, but we'll see. This would use our 1. Oh, the only one I have is 1 5. So the 4 4 doesn't go there. Never mind. So the 4 4 would go here, but then there's not another 4. So no, we are not 3 4. So I think I've proven we're 2 5. So what does the 2 do? What's attached to a 2? We have a 2 2 and a 2 6. That's it. The 2 6 can't go. Hold on. Can the 2 6 go here? Do we have enough 6s to pull that off? Let's try it. So this would be a 5. Oh, we do have a 5 6, but I think this is the wrong orientation. I think I proved that we can't do this orientation because this can't add to 10. So we need a domino like this, a domino like this, and a domino like that. So we're not going to do 5 6 like that. So what would we do? We have a 5 blank and a 5 3 and a 5 1 to go here. I need another 6 up here. So let's just keep that in mind. So the 5, I guess we could try them one at a time. The 5 blank, we could then do the 5 1 would have to do this. And this would have to be a 3. 3 5 makes sense. 5 6 makes sense here. I've done that before because that allows us to do this 3 6 here. I do not have enough 6s to put here and here. I also don't have the 6 2 anymore. Yeah, this 6 2 wants to be here. And so now the only 2 is here, and it's a 2 2, and I can't do it. Oh my gosh, this is, I don't know how long this is. Let's see, my recording is, okay. I think this has taken me over 10 minutes. It has to be 2 5. What if, let's see. Where's the, what 2 are we using? The 2 6, I think I tried the 2-6 upward, didn't I? So the 2-2 can't go upward, can it? Well, okay. If the 2-2 went upward, we'd have to use this 2-6 here. And then this would have to be 4-4. So it's easy enough to prove one way or the other. This 5 goes into a 5. So it's going to be 5-1 or 5-3. I think there were other cases I wanted to try for that other thing with the 5 here. Darn, I forgot. 5-1 would require a 4. We can't do it. 5-3 requires a 2 here, which we can't do. So it would be 5 blank. And then we're back to doing 5-1 here with a 3-6 going down. No. I guess. We don't have a 4. So I'm not doing that. Can't do 5-3, can't do 5-1, can't do 5-6. So this doesn't work. So it's not 5 blank. It's not 5-1. So we don't have a 4. And it's not 5-3 because we don't have a 2. So this just doesn't work. And this was all forced from that 2-2 being there. What about the 2-2 being here then? This would need to be a 3. Can't be 3-6, can't be 3-5. Doesn't work. Okay. So the 2-2 is not involved in the 7. So the 2-6 is. We can't do a 2-6 like this. So I think we actually have to do this. I think this is forced. With all of the stuff we've done, unless I made an oversight, which is quite possible, I think this has to be 2-6. So we know a 6 is used up here. So we got to be a little bit more conservative with the 6s we use. But this is a 5. And it can't be the 5. It has to go this way. So what's attached to a 5? 5 blank. I think I proved, let's see. I used 5 blank because I think I couldn't use the 5-1 or the 5-3. Now 5-1 would require 4. Technically, we could do the 4-4 here. That would put the 2-2 up here so we don't accidentally use it. Now this would be blank into a 5, I think. That allows us to do the 5-6 like this. The 6-3 like this. No, this, yeah, I guess. No, we can't add to 8 with the 6s that are left, and we need a 6 up here. Oh boy. Okay, so no, this would be a 5, 5-3. Can I do 5-3? This would be 6-5. It would have to be. Wait. This adds to 9. This adds to 8. I think I finally got it. Okay. Oh, that took 15 minutes and 28 seconds. Okay. I don't know how I could have done that faster. I feel like, was I putting... I think I was putting the 6-2 in there most of the time. Where did the 6-2 end up? It ended up here. So that was the root issue. Putting a 6-2 here prevented me from using it up here. So I do think the 7 was the in. And you had to prove that 1-6 didn't work. You had to prove that 3-4 didn't work. And then now that it was 5-2, there were only a few options for that. With the 2-6 being here. So you had to be more careful about using 6s down here. And it's shaped as a 6, so maybe they thought the 6s were key. All right, well, that was quite difficult. How'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Tuesday, November 11th. Let's play. Villain's counterpart, the hero, California Governor Gavin Newsom. Home to Prada and Pasta, Italy. Shipping company with a purple and orange logo, FedEx. Three-pointer in basketball lingo, Trace. Trey? What is this one? Inside Out Girl? Riley, that's Trey. Sorry, I did the Spanish. All right, well, 19 seconds. Would have been even faster if I had typed Trey with a Y. Let's go through the downs because I didn't look at them. Hard person to please is a hater. Get around is evade. Inside Out Girl is Riley. Deep black gemstone is an onyx. And today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Cliche. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is Aesop's animals. I don't know much about Aesop. I know he's got his fables. What are we? Are we looking for animals, or is there something going on here that's special? We got blue. If it's literally this, I'm just gonna have to like guess. Let's Let's find something. Flower? Can't do flower. We can do flow. We can do glow. Just in case I need a hint. Bran. Brain. Brainer. I don't know. Is there like the rabbit and the hare? I don't know which fables are Aesop's fables. Hare. Okay. Sorry, the tortoise and the hare. Tortoise. Can we find tortoise? Okay. So I just gotta... Okay, so fable... That's why I said animals and not fable. So fable stable, maybe? Fable... something. Okay, I see a mouse over here. Fable what? Fable crane. Is crane in one of the animals? Okay. What else are we doing with fable? Fable... There's bull over here. Okay. Fabled pear? Okay. So you got the tortoise and the hare. You've got the mouse and the lion. You've got the crane and something and the bull and something. Is it TA? We got wolf here. It's probably the crane and the wolf, but I don't know. It might be the bull and the wolf. And then we've got a gnat. Is it the crane and the gnat? Or is it a bull and the gnat? I don't know those. But okay, this was actually the kind that I like. Unfortunately, it was out of my knowledge range. But fabled pear splits up the pairs. You've got tortoise and hare. You've got lion and mouse. You've got gnat and bull and flow and wolf and crane or something like that. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? All right, so yesterday we spun the wheel and the bonus game was Squaredle. So we're doing the daily Squaredle today. Why don't we just start on the good... Let's just start with least today. All right, with a good word. So this E is here. We're basically solving 5 Wordles at once. No, 6 Wordles at once. Sorry, we got these 3 and then these 3. And it forces us to guess in order. So we have to guess this one next. And we guess them both at the same time. And then we guess these 2. And then we go back to guessing these and it rotates. This yellow means so like this yellow A means there is an A in this row, just not where this is. And it's not in this column at all. The red means it is in this column, but not in that row. The white means it's somewhere in the puzzle, just not in that row or column. And if we get an orange, it means it's in both the row and the column, just not that spot. All right, so this next one, first of all, this S looks down, so I might want to try an S here just to locate where the S goes. What are some common letters that I still need, like R and N? So maybe I can do like an R second with an S here. We could do an SH, I suppose. Just something like crush seems fine. All right, no C, U, or H in the puzzle, but I placed the R and both of these were S's. That's very lucky. So what can go at the end here? Because it's not a T. The T points down. Or sorry, the T doesn't point down, so this isn't a T. It's not an H. It could be SK. I guess it could be S. SY doesn't seem likely. What else could it be? I kind of like SK, but what would have a K in the middle here? Something like brisk. That'd be interesting. There's a T in this word somewhere. So this could be truss. It could be another S. It could be tress, actually. What if this was tress? What does that mean for us? I could guess a word with S in the middle, I suppose. I like to make my first guess end in Y for this final one because it's just really, really common. Because they both words end in the same letter, so it's going to be an E or a Y usually. There's other cases, but I like to try that first. There's no T, or I'd guess something like oh, there's no U either. I was thinking USTY. I'd like to get a new vowel here, like an I. Although I just thought of, oh, I don't want to use a T. I just thought of nasty, but I don't want to use the T. I can't use the H. Well, I could, but it's not going to be in the puzzle. What about SPY or SKY? Risky? Do I like risky? I think I like risky. Okay, no K in the puzzle. We have not yet found where the R goes, but there is one somewhere. In fact, where... Oh, no, sorry, it's here. Never mind. So we don't necessarily have to have another R. There is an I somewhere in the puzzle. Oh, the I is actually forced right here. This I points up. Can't be there. I think Tress might be right. We have another double S here, and it did end in Y. That's interesting. This word has a T in it. This isn't an R, so, and it's not an L. Wait, it could be an L. I think this is going to be an L. We could do bless. Is there something else? I'm going to guess tibia. That felt good. I wanted a B here, and I wanted to start with T. Tibia fell out. I do think this is bless. Unfortunately, there aren't. So this might not be a T then. Oh, is there another? It could be press, actually. I'm thinking it's not a T just because this is a T and TET is tough. But I like this being an E for bless. I suppose it could be an I for bliss. But I kind of like press here then. Or dress. So I don't know what goes there. I'm going to do a PL word to see if it's... because I don't need to get this B. I just need the LE. So if I do a PLE word, then that tests if this is press, and it also tests if this is bless. Could finish bless. So PLE and then just some good letters to finish off, or anything that would finish it off. What goes PLE? I'm sure there's something. I could do like pleat. Sure, why not? Oh, is that EAT? Yeah. Oh, well, that A is extremely helpful. Wow. So I finished press and bless with that, which was exactly what I wanted to do. This is forced to be an A because this A points down. That S is done. So is this... Ooh, what is this? What is this? S-A-Y here. This I we found. This A we found. This S we found. There's an A here or here. What is this? Tepid? No, it's not an I. Is this also an AY? I guess we could test it, but hold on. What those A something S something Y? I don't think it can be SSY. A say? I think it's a say. So, like this. I think guessing a say might be the best thing to do at this point. So let's just get that done. Wow. And then this is essay. Oh, I already had the A, so if I'd guessed essay, I would have gotten them both. But I still think I can finish this in one guess, so I don't think it made a difference. TEP something E. As long as I can figure out what this is, we're gold. We're finished. And I think it's TP. Wow, I got an 8. Can you believe it? 8 is really good. All right, lots of repeated letters here. We got lucky because these two are the same. These two are the same. Normally you have to get them separate. So this was just a grid that was lent itself very easily to have a higher score, but still, I'm pretty proud of that. All right, cool. Well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Except we do have to spin the bonus game wheel. Now, I did confirm the wheel spin is pure random, but to appease people, I'm going to shuffle a few times and then spin just to appease the masses who don't think it's random. All right. Well, we got Squirtle again, so we're going to play it again. That can happen. It's on the wheel a few times. All right. So now that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link to Wordle at the end of the video if you'd like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all of the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.